How's everyone doing? My name is Rob Ellis. Today we're down here in Kendall. I'm a licensed home inspector, state, and I have wind mitigation inspection. So we look for wind damage. It's already windy today. There's been a lot of hurricanes. This particular home, we're down here in a neighborhood in East Kendall. And I'll tell you a little bit about it and a little bit about the situation. This home was recently acquired by the homeowner and within the last few years. And right now, it is, what we're going to be doing today is a drone inspection. This homeowner is particularly actually working today, so a lot of the times if we're not able to meet with them, it's fine. There's no requirement for the state form to look for potential wind damages or to fill that out to actually hop on the roof. You can do it through a combination of standing on a ladder with a drone or especially from ground level, especially on single family ranches. So this particular area is, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at the roof shape, the hips and ridges, gables. We're going to be looking from the outside and from a drone. You can see a little bit of it. This was a single family ranch slab on grade built out around the 60s or 70s. We're going to be looking at the roof covering and type, previous permit histories and ranges, opening protections. That's what we're looking at up here, whether they have shutters. We're going to take pictures of those, label any areas that we couldn't access and why. And typically that is the absolute minimum that's required. We're going to give that to the homeowner. We waive home inspections or roof inspections, doing it this way so that we are able to look at the opportunity to work with the homeowners. So the form that we do, it's called a uniform mitigation verification form. It's a 4-page form. It's an OAR B1 1802. This form asks us to look at the building code, the roof coverings, the deck, the inspector's signatures, dates, and everything else. We had to fill out if there's insurance companies, which we fill out later on, whether or not we had access, the roof to wall attachments, and typically we can fill that out a little bit later. This gets it started, or sometimes the owner could also take a picture and provide it to us. If there's attic access, it's a 4-page form. We look at the roof geometry, hip, flat, or other, double wraps, single wraps, what types of windows there are, whether they're sliding. We just take pictures of a lot of those. We look at the opening protection level chart, so what's on the outside, the exterior opening, and we kind of walk through and turn it all over. There's also a 1-page form that we turn in if they don't want to necessarily do this entire form and work with their insurance. Some clients decide to do private pay. So that is a little bit about the form that we're going to be filling out. This is the roof certification form. This is a 1-pager, and we just look at the bare minimums and we put our initial on there. So sometimes it's good to have one every 5 years to look at everything. And this is how to perform wind mitigation inspections. I have the required additional, and the only people that can sign this uniform mitigation form are licensed home inspectors, roofing contractors, general contractors, professional engineers, and architects. Or if the insurance company decides that someone else is qualified, that is also someone that's able to do it. A little bit more about this particular project, like where we're at. So we're going to be doing the drone as well, which I'll show you here in a second. But the purpose of today's inspection is to look and do a roof inspection, look at the age of everything, look at the permits, and kind of give general conditions. In Miami-Dade County, in a high velocity hurricane zone, it can be extremely technical. So it's good to work with someone that has a lot of knowledge and experience. I'm a licensed general contractor where I'm from in Columbus, Ohio. I moved down here to Miami, and that gives me a lot of additional inputs than just a roofing contractor or an individual one would look at. But we start with an inspection, and traditionally insurance companies really like home inspectors that have that, which is why I got my home inspector's license from the beginning. We're going to be looking at whether the homeowner has insurance or not, different types of option payments. We write that all up for them after the inspection. We're going to do a quick exterior walk and aerial view. I'm going to show you guys my drone here. We have a foldable drone that we take pictures of. And I'm not going to be able to get clips of that, but this is a foldable drone that we end up doing everything with. So we'll fly that up and we'll try to get a short video and a couple pictures. If we can't, depends. Sometimes it's a little too windy, so we just take that and play it by ear. And then this is in Snapper Creek. It's near Kendall, which is where we're at, East Kendall. It's mainly 60s to 80s homes, ranch slab on grade. Like I said, we're going to be delivering a full photo report, and we'll fill out the OIR form as well for them and the one-page inspection. So we'll be doing those and delivering them all electronically. We put it in a folder for the owner, and then we start talking about different types of roofs. In this neighborhood, there's a mix of tile, there's a mix of metal roofs. We particularly really like metal roofs because they're 50-year warranties, and we go directly to fabricators and manufacturers, which means we don't buy them through distributors. It gives a little bit better pricing. So, and there's typically a lot better. We work with Miami-Dade based manufacturers, not through distributors at all. They have an in-house architect. We work directly with their team to make sure everything's measured properly. And so it can take a little bit of time to get the right permits and layouts, but that's everything. So the bottom line, no homeowner can do this by themselves. We have to do the form. We're gonna be finishing this up for the homeowner. Typically we're on site for about an hour, and it's an hour or two of paperwork, and then we're here to answer any questions that the owners have. So we typically do 1 to 2 of these appointments a day. And we're just right off Sunset and 87th over here by Baptist. So I hope you guys learned a little bit. Again, if you have a home, if you have a roof that you're not sure about it, if you recently acquired it, that was the situation here. Purchased in the last 3 years. Previous owners didn't really have much history on it. We looked up the permits before we came, because if there has been one pulled, traditionally 10 years can be it, right? But like a shingle roof, if they put a shingle roof back on this home, they're going to be replacing it in 10 or 15 years. So you can replace it 3 times, or you can just do 1. I talked to a homeowner today out here, and he said, "You're not going to have to follow up with me because I just got a brand new metal roof. I'll be dead before I need a new roof." So hope you guys enjoy it. My name is Rob with Florida Exteriors and Roofing, Inc. And I'm a licensed state inspector for home inspections, and I'm trained in mitigation forms that we use. What you would do with this form is get the process started with your insurance. Traditionally, there's a combination of insurance, financing, or a combination of both, and the final one would be just private pay, depending on what you're looking at. So thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to getting this report done.